Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hakodash, and the honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and Shalom to the I keep teaching this word to all the four corners of true sincerity. Back with another in transit. Lord willing is edifying unto the elect. The true name of God is Yahweh, okay, which is to mean He is, or He exists. The name of His Son, who the world calls Jesus, His true name, right? Because His name is not Jesus. His true name is Yahweh Shai, which is to mean He saves or He delivers. Okay? And the topic of this lesson is going to be the topic of this lesson is going to be, just something, to meditate about. Okay, to always think spiritually. Okay, in a way of saying like, what is the Lord trying to show me? Or why am I going through this? What lesson can I learn through this? Like, or even if something happened, like, okay, thinking about it spiritually. Like the Lord did that because of this, the Lord did that because of this. It may be because of this, right? And what can I learn from it? Okay, and that's a benefit of thinking spiritually, because you look at things with a different view, right? For example, you are at work, right? You at work, and niggas want to just this random day, people, one person want to be a demon, right? Then you thinking about it carnally, like, this nigga just tripping. I'm gonna fight this nigga, I'm gonna beat his ass. You're not thinking spiritually. This could be a test from the Lord to test your composure, to test your patience, right? Because we cannot be so quick. Scripture say be slow to anger. So you got to be able to control yourself. Have some temperance. The Lord can control your temperance. How can you control yourself, right? It could be a lesson to you. And once you notice that, you could be like, okay, this is the Lord, okay, doing this. The Lord could use Satan to do it as well. Blah. It's Satan try to fuck me, but it also can be a test from the Lord, to test my I believe the word is temperance, or your control, okay, over your emotions. Because we can't be emotional in this thing, man. Gotta be a man, and that's what the Lord is doing, okay, building us up to be, true men and rulers and kings, right? You thinking in a spiritual mindset, like, why is this happening to me? That maybe the Lord is doing this for this reason, right? That gives, room for you to grow. That gives you room to grow, right? You always want to have that type of mindset, because you don't want to miss out, okay, on the lesson learned that's from the Lord. You never want to think something's just happening just because it's happening, okay? There's no such thing, it's like, oh, it's just coincidence, or some shit like a coincidence, like, what the fuck, like, there's no such thing as coincidence. Everything that the Lord does is for a purpose. And us thinking spiritually, nothing happens for a coincidence, right? Nothing is a coincidence. The Lord always is trying to build us up and teach us, certain things about the hell that we catch. Okay, like, how is my servant going to react? I'm gonna throw him this test. How is he gonna react? Mind you, we're not gonna pass every test. Okay, but it's gonna show we should be able to pass more than we should fail. You're supposed to be passing more than you should fail. It just shouldn't be test after test after test, and you just failing. Because you're not being spiritual. You're not thinking. You're just not thinking, right? You're not thinking, right? You gotta think in a, think like in like a higher mindset, so to say, right? Don't act, so quick. Like, sit back, think, relax. Like, okay, why the fuck is this happening? Especially if something that's just out of the blue. Like, we go through our day-to-day life. We may see, like, damn, why the fuck that shit happen? All right, be like, what was the Lord trying to show me? Because everything is spiritual, whether you believe it or not. All right, everything is spiritual. The Lord's constantly, putting us through certain things, and you don't want to miss out on it, okay? Because it can, it's better. It's a betterment for you, especially with the hell that we catch. Right, it's a scripture. When I find, I'll just put it in the description, but it's a specific scripture I'm thinking about. Right? It talks about, things that we go through now, it may not seem joyous, or if you paraphrasing, right? And it's not, we catch hell and etc. But, it's ultimately to build us up. Because we're going to need, these lessons learned, in Jacob's trouble. We may be in charge of thousands of people. We will be in charge of thousands of people because you got people going to come in, at that last hour. Okay? Because you're saying the day that our power, the people shall be willing. So these things that we go through, we're going to need it later on. So you're going to have to, see what the Lord is trying to do within, your life or in my life as well. Because we all have different tests and trials that we go through in this truth. Okay? With that loneliness, our lesson was edified. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Al-Shah, Ba'ashem, Akwadashem, the martyrs to the apostles, and elders of great millstone. Shalom to the icon teaching his word throughout the four corners in true sincerity. Shalom.